Oschino did something today that nobody
I heard
in
they
hip-hop
playing with my
media
man Wallo,
is
man.
brave enough to do. And
Why
that's
they playing with
criticize Wallo. Because Wallo is like the greatest person, like the most popular person, I think, in hip-hop media. Like, everybody likes Wallo.
Everybody love Wallo.
But that's what makes Oschino great. Oschino is probably my favorite, like, commentator in hip-hop right now. Because Oschino is going to say the quiet part out loud. Shout out Danny from the stop. And he's just going to call it how he sees it, man. So I'm not saying I agree. But here's what Oschino has to say about Wallo and whether or not he believes that Wallo is genuine in what he does.
But when it comes to Gilly and Wallo, we always end up talking about Gilly more than Wallo, when Wallow's like a big part.
Because I think it's Wallo more subtle. Yeah. It make more sense.
Yeah.
He's a smart one.
You think there's a... But I always kind of...
It's hard not to like him.
Yeah, but I always think that that's more dangerous. Like,
yeah, for sure. Finesse for sure. I mean, I see through it me personally, but I mean, he's not the type of person you could just hate.
Right.
I mean, he do some bozo shit that I don't like sometimes, but I don't hate him or nothing like that. I mean,
yeah, you can't really hate Wallo.
I think he's smart. I think he got him where he fit in. He's a smart dude. He know how to finesse the system, and he did it. I mean, he's a hustler. I give him that.
What they mean by finessing the system, though? Like, what he finesse? What he finessing?
I mean, he's a hustler. I give him that.
What do you think about, like, when he, like, sit down with young dudes and start crying?
Shout out Danny, man, because Danny is doing some immaculate grade A instigating here. And I think Danny is the only interviewer who could have pulled this answer out of Oschino, because for the most part, man, people don't like to criticize Wallo, because Wallo is just a great dude, bro. He's a good guy. People don't want to criticize him. It takes somebody as brave as Oschino to say the thing that a lot of us kind of be thinking about Wallo, but we don't want to say because Wallo is like a good dude. You feel me?
But who be thinking that?
So Danny gets to digging and eventually pulls it out of Oschino. And Oschino just says it, man. Now, some of the things that they discuss is like Wallo crying when he's talking to Lil Durk. So when Danny says, what do you think about people cry or him crying when he talks to these rappers? There's this thing called the called the Wallow Curse, okay? The Wallow Curse, if you guys don't know, is look at all the people that Wallo had the heart-to-heart with. They've all ended up in jail.
That's not a fucking Wallow curse. That's the same thing y'all talk about with Gucci Mane. Like, that shit sounds stupid. I'm gonna tell you why it sounds stupid. The reason he talks to them people is because he can tell that they on the way to jail. What the hell? The man that went to prison for 20 years, he can tell that these dumb young niggas is on their way to prison if they don't get their shit together. So he's the only one person on the internet that I've ever seen in my life that offer these YNs some game. Because $1 million worth of game, he has a connection with the young people in the industry, and most of the young people in the industry come from the streets. And they still be in the streets. So those are the people who he identifies with, because he's somebody who came from the streets, went to prison for 20 years, came home and changed his entire thought process, his entire life. Everything has changed. So of course, those are the why would he cry to who could I think of? Let's say he interviewed Kai Cenat. Why would he be crying about to Kai Cenat, telling him to change his life? Kai Cenat's already you know what I'm saying? Same thing with Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane was, all them niggas ended up dead in jail because he was signing a bunch of street niggas. And he was trying to change their life and they wouldn't let him change it. So it ain't got nothing to do with the Wallow curse. It got something to do with these niggas just being stupid and Wallow trying to save them before it's too late, and they don't listen.
Right? Now, Wallo means well. Like, by no means, like, are we saying, like, it's Wallo's fault, right? Like, like, obviously not. But there's this thing called, like, the Wallow Curse online, where when Wallo has a heart-to-heart with somebody, they like they going to jail. Wallo had the heart-to-heart with Lil Durk. He went to jail, right? Wallo had the heart-to-heart with Kodak. He went to...
Lil Durk, by the time Wallo had the heart-to-heart with Lil Durk, he'd already did the murders. The reason he had the heart-to-heart with Kodak is because he seen Kodak was high as hell on drugs all the goddamn time, and he was trying to save him.
To jail, right? Wallo had the heart-to-heart with Youngboy. He went to jail.
Youngboy was going to go to jail regardless. Youngboy had been to jail 42 times before Wallo had a heart-to-heart with him. Trying to help him. They just don't fucking listen. Have you ever needed your paycheck to just come a little early? Like, yeah, you get paid on Friday, but it's Tuesday and you need the money now. There's a banking app called Current, and they got a whole bunch of super useful features on this app. And one of the best features is it lets you access up to $750 of your paycheck early if you qualify. With Current, you get a full list of features like paycheck advance, fee-free overdraft, the build card, and more. Now, Paycheck Advance is my favorite, but if you focused on building credit or if you just want a smoother way to manage your money, it handles everything in one app. And I know how I feel for your paycheck to be coming Friday, but you need your money Monday and it's an emergency and you need that money now and you can't get that money now because you gotta wait, but you can't wait. And that's why I partner with them. And right now they're giving $75 to anybody who signs up for the Current app using the link that's in my description or scanning the QR code that's on the screen. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you straight to the sign up page where you can create your account. Just go through the normal sign up steps, enter your information, and order your Current card. After you complete those steps, you'll see the option that pops up to enter my promo code. And that promo code is going to access your $75 when you switch your direct deposit. Make sure you go through the full sign up process so you do not miss out on the $75. If you ever feel like managing money is stressful or even just tight sometimes, it's definitely worth just checking out because that's literally what it's designed for. Helping people just like you stay more on top of your finances. But I don't have to have the heart-to-heart with the straight-A student on why he got to get his shit together because he already got straight A's. I got to have the heart-to-heart with the nigga with all D's and F's. It's just the fact that they don't listen, though.
Wallow had the heart-to-heart with Pooh Shiesty. He went to jail.
Pooh Shiesty, dumbass, is going to go to jail
it's the Wallow
anyway.
Curse. But, you know, like the moment that I think Danny is referring to is this particular moment right here where he's talking to Lil Durk right before Lil Durk goes to jail. This is when Lil Durk brought $1 million to do the interview with Gillie and Wallow. Now, by the way, this interview is actually included in the Lil Durk indictment because they claim the $1 million that Lil Durk brought to the interview, Lil Durk took portions of that $1 million and gave it out to the killers of Stephen Mack.
To try to plan it out. Even if you know some of y'all, listen, we gonna be real.
He giving these niggas sauce that ain't nobody else giving them.
Man, I got it, and I gotta say
I'll
this.
watch this 100
some
times.
of you, some of y'all in this room, y'all might not see next year. Y'all might not see next week. And niggas ain't saying that to y'all because a lot of y'all niggas ain't got no fathers or none of that shit. So my position is here and here or some shit like, damn.
He the uncle everybody need in the industry.
Fuck
If you
with
listen
you,
to
man.
him, you'll be all right.
Because when I was young, ain't too many niggas give me the game.
Oh, God.
And I know you niggas ain't got no dads out here. You know? He happy a grown-ass man and he happy that his dad back. Grown. He's like, damn, because he missed that shit. And I know a lot of niggas that gave y'all game, they gave y'all game that was beneficial to them and it wasn't beneficial to y'all and it put y'all in a fucked up position in life.
Shit made me cry when I
Y'all
hear it.
seen niggas, you know, treat your mommy like a, you know, like a sucker. So y'all got a lot of shit and it's a disconnect from the older black man and y'all just been disappointed your whole life. But for you niggas in here, who big brothers, who stepdads, who OGs is in prison that took, I try to be my best to do it for y'all and give y'all a righteous game. And it's coming from a nigga that's out here winning on legit. This is the first time in my life. First time in my life.
Talk to him, nigga.
I ever been, listen, nigga, tomorrow I'll be out of penitentiary 5 fucking years. I've never been out of the penitentiary a year since I was 11. I spent 5 years in the juvenile system, 20 years in the penitentiary. I'm 42 years old. I spend most of my time on this planet in a cell.
It's crazy.
So I'm just sprinkling the game with y'all. Some of y'all gonna get it, and I know some of y'all want to change, but the environment don't allow you. Y'all ain't got the shot. And y'all don't have it. In that ghetto, you just don't have the finances to really move outside of the poverty and the conditions that we boxed the fuck
Yes, they do.
into.
These niggas do. These niggas got chains and designer on, man. They got enough. They got something to. They just don't spend it on the right shit because niggas, my minds be fried.
To be fair, that sounded like some pretty good advice. That sounded pretty genuine to me. That don't sound like something that I would think somebody would fake.
No.
Right? That sounded like somebody
It sounded like he was crying because, like he said, yesterday is the day. Tomorrow is the day that I'll be out of the penitentiary 5 years. I've never been out this long. I was just in prison for 20 years. I see myself in a lot of you niggas. I'm trying to get y'all the game. I'm trying to save y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all something that I wish a nigga would have told me before I went to prison. That's why he crying. That's why it get emotional to him. And he knew about what happened with King Von. He knew about what happened to D-Thang. That's why he brung up the fact that he had to forgive his brother's killer. He was trying to get Little Durk to hop on that wave. But it was too late. Little Durk already did what he did. Let the feds tell it. Lil Durk had already sent the hits. He already got niggas whacked. He already been involved in the murders. It was too late. Wallow ain't know that though.
Actually cared. Now, was Lil Durk listening? Not one bit.
Right.
Lil Durk left that interview and allegedly put a hit out on Quano Rondo and his cousin and ultimately murdered them, right?
I thought that already
interview was in
happened.
March. Quano Rondo and them got shot and killed. Well, his cousin got shot and killed in September. So that would mean Lil Durk left that interview, put an active bounty on Quano Rondo and his cousin, and got them killed in September. So he ain't take away nothing from that interview, not one bit, okay?
He was trying to help him.
But I think Wallow still meant well. Now, Oschino, who actually knows Wallow, heard that interview with a side eye and thought, man, all right, man. Oschino ain't buying that at all. And the reason why he's not buying it is actually pretty compelling. And it's not something you could just dismiss. Because when he actually explains it and breaks it down, you kind of have to listen. And you just can't dismiss this as some hater stuff, because I don't think it's hater stuff. I think it's somebody who's making an educated guess based on his experience with Wallow.
Oh, drag, all fake and drag.
Why you say that?
Cause he don't care, bro. It's all fake.
So you think when he was sitting down with Lil Durk in the room for all them dudes with the mask on, you think that
fake? That nigga's he should have got an Oscar. She got an
Why
Oscar.
you say that?
Why is it fake? How is it fake,
bro? That's called prison house finesse. Let me just seem like I care so much and I don't care about. Bro, they got a book out saying how to say no. No, not just giving you shit. No. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. This is what's wrong with niggas, gang. Cause I don't give a fuck if he faking or he not. To be honest with you, he giving them real sauce. So if he don't care that much, he don't gotta care that much, gang. I don't give a damn what you doing, nigga. Who you helping? Of course he don't care enough to lose sleep over it. These ain't his kids. He care enough to say something. But everybody else don't say nothing. Everybody else just cool with it because niggas got the money and the hoes and they got the guns and they looking cool as hell on Instagram. When nobody else cared to say nothing, he cared enough to say something. So I don't give a fuck if he was faking or not. I'd rather him fake and act like he cared and fake and act like a gangster than fake and act like a killer than fake and act like a savage than fake and act like he was in prison running shit and ruling shit and having a good old time. Do I think he was faking? No. But do I care? It don't matter, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter. He did a good deed. He doing something good. It don't matter, bro. It don't matter, gang. It don't.
Yeah, bro, that shit all fake. But I mean, listen, it works for him, so I ain't mad at him.
So what do you say? Like, you think he's doing it just to look like get views and stuff? Because I remember when that came
make it
out,
like he a person with that care. A person actually care about the youth so much, and he don't. Trust me.
Yeah. Do you ever think it's like hard? Because I remember like some of like Wallow's previous past is not the most like positive. Like even there's criminal shit, but then like when I looked into some of the things that happened, it looked a little wild. I was like, whoa.
I mean, you're doing robberies and stuff. I mean, that's the mean when you got no money. That's the stuff. Same thing I was doing. I mean, robberies and
Did you rob people that were like defenseless? Like, did you rob like maybe?
No, I was
people?
robbing. I mean, first I was robbing people, but the people start looking for you, trying to get you back and all that shit. So I start robbing stores like gas stations, markets, and all shit like that. I mean, it's stores like that. This back in the day. I got certified.
So now they trying to discredit the man by bringing up what he did 25, 30 years ago.
I was in 95, went up house correction, adult prison. You know what I'm saying? So mind you, the jail Wallow did this time, and I was up there for a couple of years. Dallas, Vision Quest, juvenile spot, but all them spots too. You know what I'm saying? It give you a different type of mentality. That's why you know drag when you see it. Like, no, bro, he capping. He don't care about that. You think a nigga that been in prison 20 years to see every type of nigga come through the jail gonna cry about some niggas from Chicago?
Oh my God. Y'all niggas this is the shit I be talking about, gang. He wasn't crying about the niggas from Chicago. He was crying because he relates to the story and he relates to the life that they live in. He relates to it. He relates to everything that's going on. Niggas getting killed. He was crying about if you listen to the fucking interview, he was crying because he brung up his brother's killer and how he had to forgive his brother's killer. After Lil Durk's brother had just got killed publicly. He wasn't crying because he cares so much about the Chicago niggas in there. He was crying because he relates to them. And it's an emotional moment. If you know, this nigga cry about anything if you watch Wallow. He cry about all type of shit. Every time he talk about his brother, he cry. Every time he talk about Cheese, Gilly's son, he cry. He a crying, emotional nigga if you know. But how dare you get on here and say he don't care? You don't know that man. You don't know him enough to tell me what he care. What does he get out of caring? What does he get out of crying? What the fuck does he get out of crying? When he came out of prison, he started making content to put ketchup on his head, acting like he dead in the street, telling us to don't wait until it's too late to change your life. So if that's faking it, if he faking like he give a fuck and he helping people, shit, nigga, keep faking it. That's what I say to Wallow.
No, that was all cat. That nigga don't give.
Yeah, you telling me Santa ain't real, man. This is
Shout out to Detroit Roundtree.
Oschino can't say for sure, right, that Wallow is faking it because he's
saying.
not Wallow, right?
That's what he's saying. He acting like he's saying it for
Wallow's
sure.
body. He don't know what's on Wallow's heart or mind. But he could make a determination based on his knowledge of Wallow's character. He brings up this guy called Detroit. And the reason why Detroit is important is because Detroit is the reference that Oschino is using to say that Wallow is faking it and Wallow don't really care and them tears is fake. Because Detroit is Wallow's little brother. When Wallow was in prison for 20 years, Detroit is who visited Wallow. Wallow, and I remember this episode was on $1 Million Worth of Game, and he says that Detroit was the person who held him down the most. He called him Triz. Well, Oschino was said, based on how Wallow treated his own little brother who held him down for 20 years, if you don't feel the same love for him, then you can't possibly feel that same love for some Chicago dudes or a Florida dude or a dude from Baton Rouge who you didn't grow up with. You grew up with Detroit for 20 years and he held you down. And Oschino will say, based on how Wallow did Detroit, he knows that that other empathetic, sympathetic stuff is absolutely fake. Now, I don't know if I agree, but I'm going to hear out Oschino.
I'm not.
I mean,
Who's
that's
that?
Wallow little brother who visited him in prison for 20 years that he don't even speak to no more.
What happened with him?
He don't speak to him. He even made.
You don't know why he don't speak to that nigga no more. You don't know what happened between him and that nigga. He being a nigga that have some money, he probably don't speak to him. I family members that I don't speak to because every time we call me, it's about the money. It ain't never to kick it. It ain't never to be like, hey, what's going on, baby? How you doing? What's going on? I'm gonna come visit. It's none of that. It's always, hey, how you doing? Yeah, can I get $100? Can I get? So I stopped talking to family members that I still love to this day. I stopped talking to a lot of niggas. Who you don't know why he stopped talking to him? Niggas be trying to measure that because they don't talk to their mama like that no more. They don't talk to their brother no more. That mean they fake. You don't know what the fuck happened. You have not a clue or idea.
Wallow Instagram page. Let's make it make sense now. Let's make I'll be saying this shit. You think it's hating? No, I'll be knowing what's going on. I mean, Detroit Roundtree.
You don't know what's going on.
Man, I kept telling Wallow, like, yo, bro,
Roundtree.
I said, you know, your little brother was in my first rap group, right? Kept saying he wasn't really saying nothing back, like. So I called his brother, like, yo, bro, I keep talking, I seen your brother. I saw him, he don't be saying nothing. His brother wrote reserved, so he don't really talk like they like, man, he don't me no more. Like, what you mean? Man, he start popping, Mind you, I'm talking about, it's a video with Wallow talking to Gilly. Gilly asked Wallow, who held you down the most in prison when you was locked up? Wallow said, man, Triz, they called him Triz, Troy, his little brother. That mean, he visits you for 20 years, you get popping, and you don't talk to him no more. So when you seen you cry for niggas from Chicago, that shit all fake.
You see how you skipped all that? He visits you for 20 years, you get popping, and you don't talk to him no more. Why? Why? Did you ask him that? Did you ask him why he don't talk to you no more? Because a lot of niggas that have called me fake. Yeah, he act Hollywood. He don't talk to me no more. Why? Because I don't want to come to the hood and kick it with you no more? Because I don't want to give you $1,000 no more? I'm tired of giving you money? Why? Because you only call me when you want some money? So I just think the whole shit is lame, especially for niggas to be grown as hell. You sitting on here talking about another nigga if he faking or not, as if you him. For no reason either. Unwarranted at all. Again, do I think Wallow is losing sleep and pulling his hair out and fucking and stressed out and got fucking schizophrenia and his mental health issues because Lil Durk went to prison? No, but he cared enough to say it. He cared enough to try. Y'all want niggas to be fucking perfect Jesus and shit, gang. And then you say it's fake because he don't talk to his brother no more? As if every nigga in the world don't get into it with their brother? As if you talk to, do you talk to every one of your siblings? Every one of your family members? Have your family members ever did some fucked up shit to you that you don't rock with no more? Because that's a normal thing if you ask me. It's just lame shit, gang. This is lame.
You agree with it?
Show ass on somewhere. This is niggas, bro.
Mind you, everything I'm saying now is 1,000% the truth. No bullshit. Nothing.
Yeah, but you ain't said nothing.
There's no there's no insight into what may have happened. Could have been like...
Listen, Troy is the calmest. Listen, bro, you visit me for 20 years in prison, you would have to smack me in my face for me not to fuck with you no more.
How do you know he didn't smack him? How do you know how do you know what he didn't? How do you know he ain't steal from him? How do you know how do you know? You don't know. You didn't even ask no questions. You saying you got 100% facts, but you ain't saying shit of substance. You ain't saying a damn thing. All you saying was he don't talk to his brother no more. Okay, that could be true. Why?
And you my little brother. Yeah, his other brother or his sister neither. So, but his little brother is the one that like was really riding. I mean, really riding the whole time. Made it when he came home, made his Instagram for him. I mean, see, people don't know this type of shit. They don't even talk about him or nothing. I mean, I know. So imagine how I look at these niggas like, nigga, let's out of that figure ass shit, bro. Like, it's all drag, bro. It's just a shit cat.
But I mean, if you were to...
He do a good job at it, bro. With it, like the shit he doing, he can inspire people. He still can inspire you. The man to do whatever you're gonna do, but like all that crying shit and all that, like, come on, man. Imagine how your brother feels. You see you cry. Imagine how your brother feels. You see you crying over these niggas from Chicago.
He's not crying. Oh, y'all niggas can't be this fucking stupid as that grown gang. He's not crying over the niggas from Chicago. Like, do we have to pull up the clip? You can't be this grown and that, like, unintelligent.
You in jail for 20 years. You don't even speak to him.
Damn, man, this is too much. So
basically what you saying is, how you crying? So if you get a new friend today and y'all friends for 6 months and something happened to him or you feel a certain way about him, you can't cry about him, even if he was crying about the niggas. He wasn't, but let's say he was. So Wallow can't cry about a nigga from Chicago because he don't talk to his brother no more? What the fuck do that have to do with anything? Niggas be saying some dumbass shit, bro.
I don't really think anybody ever does a deep dive because Gilly is like he's the lightning rod of the show. He's like the Draymond Green for the Warriors.
He the clown.
He the clown. Okay.
He the one that dance with the big hat, dumbass hat. I mean, that type of shit like that. I hate that for Philadelphia.
But you don't think there's a certain performative nature to what Wallow does as well? That's not clownery.
It's cap. He do the shit more subtle.
The only reason I do want to give Wallow the benefit of the doubt is because we don't know what the brother did. Right? If Wallow ain't speaking and we only got the brother perspective, then it's unfair to say Wallow just cut this dude off out of nowhere. Now, Wallow could very well have went Hollywood, but until we know, because if I get out of jail and you held me down for 20 years and then I get out of jail and you did something foul to me, or you smashed my girl, or you stole some money from me, or you did some shady business, I feel like I'm not required to hold you down after you snake me out.
Exactly.
So we don't know what the brother did to Wallow. Now,
and it's not unheard of for the rich person of the family to get snaked out.
Wallow could very well have gotten out, gotten lit and said, bruh, see ya, right? And went straight Hollywood. He could have done that. I'm not putting that beyond Wallow. I'm just saying until we know, we don't know. But
man, you niggas, boy. This is what's wrong with niggas.
Oschino made some compelling points.
No, he did.
But I feel like we would have to figure out or
he didn't
we'll have to know what happened with Wallow's brother before.
What are they saying in the comments? It should be the Wallow warning. Had they listened, they wouldn't have went to jail. Ring, ding, 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 nigga. This goes to show you that these fools will continue to be lost. This man is trying to help guide these dudes, and y'all call it crying. Fucking stupid. You see the stupid shit before it happens, and they call it a curse. Exactly. Wallow had a heart-to-heart with all the motherfuckers that needed to hear it, and they didn't listen. Thank you. Wallow did 20 years in prison. He know when a youngster is headed to prison. Thank you. Wallow got good intentions. That's all that matters. Cut this narrative out, bruh. Don't try to assassinate that man character. I was homeless, got into troubles, went into prisons because I'm black. Well, my life changed. Now I make $22,000 weekly have a home, a wife, lovely daughter. Thanks for the motivation. I don't give a Wallo is the only one trying to inspire people in this space. Exactly. Because while he ain't trying to inspire, you on a damn podcast talking down about the only nigga in the media space, hip hop media, that's trying to help these niggas. While everybody else just go be cool and do all this shit. You went to prison too. Who you warning? Who you trying to help? Who you trying to guide in the right path? You see what I'm saying? A black man warning these boys about doing 20 years of prison, and y'all still find a way to hate on him. That's why I look at all that protect young black men content that y'all do with the side eye. Yeah, because that shit be cap, bro. That shit be cap. Flacco, you corny for this one. Wallo trying to be positive. Yeah, I don't think he corny for doing it because, you know, people going to do it or whatever. But it's just like, I don't know. 20 years in prison held it down. Fuck you haters. Wallo coming from the heart. He does care. Oschino just threw Detroit in alley-oop because now Detroit will have bloggers in his DM. Flacco, this ain't it. Wallo is authentic. I was in the same jail. Everybody loved Wallo. He the same character. I don't know his history, but I know how the other men respected him because he cared. That's it. He cared. Man, Wallo was just in my city visiting the adult and juvenile jail. Exactly. He do so much shit off camera. It's just like, I don't know, bro. Each one of these dudes were already on their way to prison, and he knew it. Exactly. They not really giving real money game. They saying the same things your mom and uncles preach to you, which is stay the fuck out of trouble. Exactly. So I don't know. My thing is, bro, what I've learned, and I've learned it from myself, because when I make a video and when I used to talk about all the street stuff, and I used to be like, man, this street stuff is stupid. Y'all stay locked in. Y'all used to call me a hater. Why you always talking down on somebody? Why you always hating on somebody? Why you always... People is just dumb as fuck. I'm talking about, it's kind of scary how slow people is nowadays, boy.